Want to do everything else, so I might do this video in parts, but either way, this portion is about the Deluxe Brow Kit by Anastasia. My last video, I had used the brow pencil and the freeze gel by Anastasia, and I also had purchased the brow kit, which is separate, and I made a mistake in the last video and I kept calling it Ebony. It's actually graphite. So let's get that clear. It's still a darker shade, close to black, works really well for darker hair, darker eyebrows without looking too harsh. But the brow kit is called Ebony, and it's a different type of brow pencil. There's 3 products that come in the kit. That's what it looks like. And these are the 3 products. This is gonna be your eyebrow gel, which is in a nice tube, which is handy. If you don't want to carry like a pot like this, the freeze gel. And then we have a larger pencil, and this one is called a brow definer, and it has a very different tip than the pencil. It's kind of like angled and slanted. It's not my favorite tip. I stay away from these type of eyebrow pencils usually, but I'm gonna give it a go today and show you how it works. And then we'll talk about it. And then the other brow product in here is a skinny pencil called the Brow Wiz crayon. And these are all by Anastasia. These I love. They give you really nice fine lines. What I don't love is the price point and how fast I go through them. So I used to use this by itself, but I really find mixing products helps make your products have more longevity, so you're not using them all up. And you really don't have to, is what I found. Like, I could easily have used this with a brow pencil. Today I'm gonna use it with this brow pencil, but I could have used this also with a powder. There's different ways to get your brows to look beautiful. So this is great for definition and tiny hairs. And this one's just to fill in the width of the eyebrow, kind of like you would do with a eyeshadow. And then this, of course, is our gel to brush everything up and hold it in place. And I'm not too picky about if I do it first or after. All I do is I make sure it dries. If I do it after, I find it pushes the product and then I have to go back in again. So I like to do it first, let it dry for a second, and then go in and do all this stuff. Because I find that when you push the eyebrow up, at least for myself, it actually creates gaps, more so than when my eyebrow is just down. But I do like the look of the brushed brow. What I don't like for myself is a super brushed brow. I know that's really in right now and people let it dry that way. That's just not my look. I like to have it a little more tapered up here. To me, that's more of a, it really reminds me of the 70s, 60s kind of eyebrows, which are beautiful. But for what I like to do, just because I have a lot of brow, I'm going to go in and brush them. I feel like I have product on my brows. I don't know, I might have from this morning's dog walk. Okay, so they feel, oh, it feels really nice on. I do love this. It's a nice lightweight. Versus when I use the freeze gel, I have to dip the end of the pencil in. You can't quite get it in because of the angle. This is already on the brush like mascara, so it's evenly distributed across the brush, which I like. And I can feel it. It feels really nice and light. So we'll give those a minute to dry. And while those are drying, I wanted to tell you about, also in the kit is a little like hello from the founder, Anastasia, and a brow guide, which I thought was a great idea. So basically, you want to go from this point of the nose to there, to where the brow should start, and then this point of the nose to there for where your arch should be. And then you move the brush a little bit more, they show you in the diagram, and then you're gonna go a little bit this way to get the end of your brow. And that's a good guide for how long your brows should be and where it should start and where your arch should be. I'm lucky that I have a shape already, but some people don't, and this is a great guide. And if you don't want to go and get microblading and all that done, this is a great alternative. Also, if you're not a person who wears a lot of makeup every day, I love wearing makeup. I feel like the face is the palette, and it's your chance to create every single day something new. It's like you're walking artwork. That's how I see makeup and how I see getting dressed. So for other people, they don't have the time and they don't see it as art. And they don't see it as like an activity. But I find it kind of meditative. Like I say, oh, I don't want to get dressed or do makeup. Then I start doing it, and next thing you know, I have a full face and I have my hair, and it's, yeah, so to each his own. All right, so that feels like it's dried a little bit. I'm gonna take my hand mirror, and then I'm gonna go in with the wider. It also has a brush on the end, so if you wanted to give your little brows an extra brush, you could. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So this is definitely a wider pencil application. And I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna make strokes evenly from the bottom up, and just fill in this arch part. This is where it's really sparse for me. And it's going on quite nice. It's really filling it up. I'm gonna go up a little higher. My brows feel a touch wet still. Okay, so you can see a difference how it just kind of filled it in, especially in here. But it's not giving me that perfect line just yet. So I'm gonna take this, actually I should go in and just do the other side while we're doing it. And I'm just going upward strokes. I'll move the mirror away. Especially right on my ends, they're very sparse, and I'm always worried about putting too much product because then it just looks overdone. I feel like this ebony is a little darker than graphite. I could be wrong. It is a different type of pencil, a different type of texture, but I don't feel it's too bad. Okay, so those are filled in. They're kind of uneven. I'm going to go in and just do some short strokes to even things up. And my eyebrows feel dry now, so I like to go in and do a little bit down by the point. And I try to do a straight line down at the bottom because I like that definition. And then I just do some tiny hair strokes, not too many. Just even this out. And just a couple of tiny strokes just to blend that in. So that's not bad. I'm gonna do a little on the top to even it. It's actually quite nice. So I feel like things are a little chunky in places. So what I like to do is, and if you've watched my other videos, you know that I like to go in and just kind of contour them or shape them with some concealer. So that's that, and that's that. You can use any fair colored eyeshadow base or, you know, whatever you want to do. And like I said, I use these brushes from Michaels. They have the flat ends, similar to the MAC brushes. And I just find they apply concealer really well. I like the sharp edge because then I can get in and blend. And you can kind of cut around your eyebrows. So this, I'll put the name down, if it isn't worn off, I'll put the name down below of what size this brush is and what type. And I got it at Michaels. Michaels always has like sales. It's a craft store here in Washington, and they have them all over the country, and I think all over the world. And you can basically, you know, get art supplies. And so I buy my makeup brushes, or art brushes, especially my concealer ones. And they're less expensive. They're great quality. There's always a 40% off coupon or a 20% off, so you can buy a bunch of them. And I have them at all different sizes. I have tiny ones and wider ones, and I use those for eyes and lips and getting detailed in eyebrows. So I'm gonna go in here and just go underneath the brow very lightly, and you see I'm going back and forth. Sometimes I just go right in there and just shape it, and then I blend out, because I don't want it to be a hard line, and I don't want too hard lines on my eyebrows. And then I just go straight down for myself on the side. And I like to go a little over top. Now I find that cuts the eyebrow. You can see how it's popping just on camera. It just cleans everything up really well. And you can do this before or after you've done your makeup. I've even done my eyeshadow and done this because you're not going right into the eyeshadow, depending on how you do your makeup. So I'll try and do this one right facing you, just so you can see. I like to just create a line, and I just go up, and I'm following the eyebrow shape, And you can use your Anastasia chart if you're unsure. And then I like to go in. And even if it shows up a little bit, I'm not worried about it because I still have to do foundation. So I just like to make sure these points are even. And the arches, you know, this one is always a little thicker in the middle, so I don't worry about it. As long as they're quite close. There's a saying, they're sisters, not twins. We used to say that on the makeup counters. So just get them even, because I have one eye that goes up a little higher, moves a little different. And if you're a makeup artist working on your client, just take that into account, like watch the way your client's face moves, you know? And you might go nuts trying to get things perfect. So work with the shape and face you have. So I see this one's a little longer. I'm just gonna put a couple of strokes just to match it. Make it as perfect as possible. So I'm quite happy with that. So I hope you guys like that tutorial on how to do the Anastasia eyebrows with the kit. And for some reason the colors were different named, and so I had them confused in my last video, and I kept calling the pencil Ebony. It's graphite, and it's a darker shade pencil for someone like me. But someone like me who has dark hair, that's what I mean. And then the deluxe brow kit is called Ebony, and these come in taupe, dark brown, I believe there's a medium brown, so there's a lot of different colors in this brand, and I mean they do pride themselves on being eyebrow kings or queens. So I definitely love this product. And this product actually works really well with the other two. So I think my mistake in the past was using this type of pencil, this shape, all on its own. You definitely need to define and sculpt your brows to make them perfect. And as you saw, it only took 2 seconds. So I hope you guys liked that video. I will list everything down below, and then I'm gonna continue on and do the rest of my stuff, and I'm gonna make those into other videos so you can keep watching or stay tuned or click that bell to get notifications on when that video is coming out. But I just want to keep this one short because I know some of my videos have been really long since I started making them again, so I wasn't sure if you guys were liking that. Comment below if you like the talking videos or if you like the ones where I talk over them. And I'm just trying to speed things up so you guys aren't sitting here for an hour. All right, so I'm moving on to my next one. Okay, bye-bye.